Shields up, Ironbreakers. Rurikhan here, coming at you with another video. Welcome back to Monster Hunter World, and today we have an announcement that I am at the same time super excited about and a little bit sad, because as you guys can see here, Monster Hunter team has tweeted, Iceborne developer diary, the final stand is imminent. You won't want to miss this one. And this is essentially going to be the final update to Monster Hunter World Iceborne. At least everything that they've said about this appears that this is going to be the very final update. And after this, I assume that they're going to start like unlocking events. At least I hope so. So that everyone that didn't get their event stuff, that they can just go in, after the fact and just get whatever they want. Or maybe they'll still have the events rotating around depending on the seasons and all that. We don't actually know how that is going to be going down. I'm assuming that that is one of the things that we're going to be learning here. Now, this particular developer diary is going to take place on the 28th of August at 5 Pacific time or 1 p.m. British Standard Time. And I will be streaming this as well on my YouTube channel. I'll be streaming it at the same time as they stream it so that I can tell you guys my thoughts live and we can all just kind of like hang out and chat as we usually do whenever there's news for Monster Hunter World. So you can expect that to be a thing. But some of you guys might be like, well, Rurikhan, it just says the final stand. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's the last update. Well, anyone that knows about Monster Hunter is most likely familiar with Gaijin Hunter. At least if you're not, you most definitely should be. Just look up Gaijin Hunter on YouTube. He's got a lot of videos. I learned a lot of stuff from him, and he's just like a really prominent figure in the community. And basically, he says final stand is just called final in Japanese, and the final chapter / conclusion in Chinese. Just in case you had any doubts, which makes me think this will have tons of news. Hope they remove the level dropping in the guiding lands and, a bunch of more stuff. But basically, the translations to both Japanese and Chinese seem to indicate that this is going to be the final update to Monster Hunter World. The Japanese description of the final developer diary of Iceborne says, we will also be revealing the returning monster planned for the 5th update, which makes it sound like there's both a 5th and a 6th update that will blow the lid off of both. We don't know. I mean, it is going to be the final developer diary. Maybe not exactly the final update, as I said at the start of the video. Maybe there will be just a couple of updates, but this is going to be the very final developer diary, which means we'll get to know all of the content that is coming until at which point I presume that Capcom's going to start working on a new game, which, it's one of those moments that it's a little bit sad because, we've come to the end of Monster Hunter World. At the same time, there's reason to be excited for what's going to be coming next, right? For starters, there's new content still in Monster Hunter World, but, this is also something that they are doing 1 month ahead of Tokyo Game Show, and usually Capcom does tend to announce new Monster Hunter games at the Tokyo Game Show, so maybe we'll see like a reveal of a Switch Monster Hunter game there. And I know that a lot of people are upset about the potential for the next Monster Hunter game being a Switch game. But it's like, that's something that I fear is going to happen. And Gaijin Hunter is of the same opinion. And, it's one of those things. Like, I think it'll be cool. And I'm excited about the potential of having a new Monster Hunter on the Switch. We'll see about that. And while they're, currently working on the next generation of Monster Hunter, we'll have something to kind of like hold us over on the Switch. And I know, again, a lot of people are not particularly happy about that, but hey, would you rather them just like release a Switch game in Japan and nothing on the West? I hope not. But anyway, for this update, I would also like to tell you guys that like I am 99% sure that Fatalis is going to be making a return to Monster Hunter World. Now, this is something that when we did the Alatreon stream, there was a specific dialogue that you can actually find in that stream where we talk with the lady from the Third Fleet, and she tells you a couple of sentences that I was instantly like, okay, Fatalis is coming, like 100% guaranteed. So because I couldn't find it on my live stream, like I know that it's on that live stream, but that live stream's like 7 hours long, and browsing through that video is becoming a bit of a pain. I asked Kegrin to see if he had the same dialogue, and wouldn't you know it, he did have it, and he recorded it for me. So this is Kegrin's character here. Anyone who's been in my live streams, you'll know who Kegrin is. And he recorded this stuff for us here, and I'll let you guys just hear what he had to say for those of you that happen to have missed this particular dialogue.
I have returned. I submitted our research on Alatreon to the Guild. They were very impressed. And of course, they agreed that it would be in everyone's interest for us to continue our research. But just before we set sail for home, a group of, how shall I say, self-important people showed up. They're the type that fear the old gods, and they came with a warning for us. Stay ignorant of what true fear is, one said. There are things better left unknown, said another. On my way back, that's all I could think about. Just light the flame and burn it all. But what would burning anything accomplish? If the flame was to be lit. Things really are taking an interesting turn. Yes, a fervent turn.
Now, some of you may not be particularly familiar of Fatalis, but like this sentence right here I find to be one of the most important ones, where you guys can clearly see, stay ignorant of what true fear is. And you guys may be like, well, what does she mean, true fear? If you go and you watch the Fatalis ecology, and there's like a bunch of Fatalis' lore videos, you will know that one of the biggest things about Fatalis is that he's fearful. Like, every animal is scared of him, as you can see right here on the Monster Hunter fandom wiki, Fatalis ecology. In legend, it is said that all living things fear Fatalis, including other elder dragons such as Teostra and Lao Shan Long. Even Lao Shan Lung, those of you that played Double Cross and, you know, the earlier games will know all about Lao Shan Lung. So everybody is scared of Fatalis, okay? We're talking about a dragon that like melts the skin of hunters and puts it in his own body to work as armor. He basically melts hunters into him. And then there's another thing that I noticed while I was reading through the wiki here, which is for those hunters that are trying to reach new heights of power, Fatalis is also looked at as a hunter's ultimate goal. A hunter's ultimate goal. You're trying to tell me that in what is essentially the most successful Monster Hunter game that Capcom has ever released, as a matter of fact, the most successful game that they've released, that they're not going to include what is looked at as a hunter's ultimate goal? Completely crazy, dude. Fatalis is 100% coming as either the returning monster, the main monster. There's several people who suspect that we're going to see another evolution in Safi Jiva, potentially a black version of Safi Jiva, but, you know, this is all speculation, with the exception of Fatalis. Like, look, I don't believe that Fatalis is speculation, particularly after, you know, this particular scene, which, in case you guys haven't checked still, maybe you still have this dialogue that you need to go check out, but it's like this particular scene with the whole line about true fear and the people that fear the old gods, because there was a bunch of people in the guild that basically hid all of the information about Fatalis to kind of prevent a panic. Those could be the people, and maybe, you know, there's like some kind of a link between Fatalis and Alatreon and all of that jazz. But, you know, it's exciting times, right? It's exciting times to see what is going to be coming ahead of us, both in terms of the new content for Monster Hunter World Iceborne, as well as the potential for a new Monster Hunter announcement during TGS. But also, you know, it's a little bit bittersweet, right? Because, you know, it is kind of like, for all intents and purposes, the end of Monster Hunter World, which the support is probably going to be ending by the end of 2020, and let's see how they handle it in terms of like how the events are going to work out, how all of the timed content is going to work out, if they're just going to release everything or what the deal is going to be with that. But at the same time, like, isn't it great to just look back and think of all the amazing times that we've had with this game? Good God. Thank you, Monster Hunter team, for an amazing experience, and me, for my part, I can't wait to see what comes next. Thank you all very much for watching. Do remember, on the 28th of August, come by the channel. We're going to be live streaming this in case you guys are interested. And yeah, that's going to be it. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit the like button. If you did not enjoy this video, hit the dislike button. Feedback is important. Thank you for watching. Stay safe out there. Stay strong. Peace out.